Hello, this is Kelly Agee from Atlanta, Michigan. I am with Stamping with Kelly, and today I would like to show you how to make this pop-up vase card. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is the most important thing. You can add whatever flowers or whatever you want inside, and I used the thick Whisper White, but I think I'm going to use the boho blue. So, and I'm also using the Cheerful Daisy bundle, which I cut out all the flowers and put them together already, so you don't have to watch me do all that. Okay, so we will get started. I'm going to bring my little trimmer in here. There's a couple things we probably need to do first, but this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. You want a nice clean line. So let's see, I got my trimmer in the way here, but I'm just creasing this really good. Okay, so this piece, to make your little vase, I'm using the new In Color designer paper. And my piece is, I don't know why that noise is rattling, but sorry about that. This piece is 2 1/4 by 5, and I scored it on each end at 1 inch, okay? This is on the 5-inch side, so I'm gonna score this at 1 inch down there. And then I'm going to turn it this way, and only up to these score lines, the 1 inch, and then this would be the 4 inch. So I'm going to score this at 3/4 of an inch on both ends. I'll show you here in a minute. It'll make more sense. So I'm just going to score that. Then I'm going to turn it around and score again at 3/4 of an inch, just from the 1 inch and then the 4 inch. Okay. And then we got that. And then the other piece you need is 2 pieces of your cardstock. And this is 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I scored it at 3/8 of an inch, which is right there. And then you got one piece that is 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches. So I'm going to kind of show you what to do with this. Okay, so you got these score lines here. That's your 4 inch and your 1 inch, okay? And I actually made a little template so I can kind of follow along too, because it's easy to get confused. And I got the other little pieces that go with it. So what you're going to do on one side is you're going to keep the center, and then on the other side you're going to keep the 2 tabs. And you want to cut right on that score line, nice and neat. Okay, so we will take the center out. Okay, and then on this one, we'll keep the center. So, but I moved that, and it's making such a rattling noise. Okay, I want to keep the center. So I'm going to pull the center back, but hopefully that doesn't distract you. Okay, so we have a piece like this. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so what we're going to do, and let me do one thing before we start with that. I am going to stamp my inside, and on my inside, this is a little bit smaller than your 4 by 5 1/4, okay? I just want to stamp that because you kind of want to put that in, or at least I like to put it in first. It says you made my day, and it's got your friendship means everything, and you don't really even have to stamp that. You could just leave it plain. But the other thing I'm going to do is I had stamped a daisy, but I'm just going to stamp these flowers. I like how these look. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. So let's add that to our our center here. Find my tape. I had used this bundle and did some a Facebook Live today also with this, so you can check that out. But okay. So we will add this to the inside of our card. So I think my boho blue piece, and I was doing this on white, so I had cut it. So you really don't need to add the blue piece, but since I already had it cut, I'm just going to add it anyways. Okay, and that looks nice. It just gives a little extra, although this card's going to be kind of thick, so you don't want to add too much, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, okay, and you're going to want for it to go like that. So you're going to put tape here. And if you have it bent the wrong way, you can change it, okay? So let's see, we're going to add tape here and to that piece, okay? So I got my little measurements here, because yesterday I accidentally added tape to the wrong side on the one thing, but I just didn't peel the sticky part off. But you are going to want to make sure that you do not have any tape that you don't want sticking out, because if you do, this card won't open, so you don't want that. Okay, so let's go ahead and shoot, you know what, I think I did this on the wrong side, because when you do this, I'm sorry, when you take and put tape on here, I kind of figured I was going to do that, but you're going to want to work with the wrong side, because you're going to want to put this here. So I'm just going to leave that. That's not going to do anything. So let me put tape here. So the very first piece that you're working with, that the center thing, you're going to want to put tape on the wrong side. Sorry, I remembered that after I put the tape down, but it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. So you're going to do this. Let me stop and think here for a minute, because I want that like this. Okay, so wait a minute, maybe I didn't. I had to stop and think, because I want this to go that way. Yep. So then it'll be, and you're not going to see this, so it'll be fine. Okay, so wrong side, I'm going to do that. So let's just start with this to begin with. So I want this side of my vase to show, so I did not really want tape there, but I wanted it here, and so that has to be this way. So you want your tape up, and then for your fold to go down, okay? This card gets a little confusing, but once you put it together once, it'll make more sense. So you just want to make sure that that's going to slide. Okay, so now you're going to take the tape off here, and what I find is I get this right to the bottom of my card, and you're going to want to line your tape up right like this end, not your tape, but this very end. I gotta get that off there, but you're going to want to line that right up to your score mark. Okay, so if you do that, everything should work out just fine. Make sure it's laying flat, and then you're just going to shut this card and kind of press on that, okay? So that gives you how it's going to open when you open it. But can you see why I cut this a little bit shorter, the inside too? Okay, so you got that. That's going to flip over like that, but you got your other little piece here, and you're going to just put score tape there and there. And this piece is your 3/4 by 2 inches, okay? So we will put that here, just on the top. You only want it on the top because you're going to, this is kind of just like a stopper, and that will kind of puff up your card or your vase, I should say. So we're gonna get rid of this. I had done another video, and hopefully I got that straight here, but I'm just gonna put it right here, okay? So this still can slide as it opens and closes. It can slide. Can you see that? Okay. So now what you're going to want to do is put tape on the side of your vase that you want to show. So we will go ahead and do that. So I would highly suggest that you put your tape down first on everything. And this way then you don't have to worry. So the very first tab will be on the wrong side, and then these two will be on the correct side that you want your vase to be out on. Hopefully that makes sense. It's been a long time since I made this, but I really like it. And I think I did it when the pansies came out, so it's been a couple years. All right, so I also would highly recommend score tape, not the other tape. But what you're going to want to do when you go to take these off, you're going to bend this down, and as you close your card, you got to kind of get it all lined up without sticking it down, and then close your card, okay? So that's going to be kind of probably the hardest part. So we're going to take this off. And you're going to want to not stick it down right away. You're just going to want to kind of hold those flaps in. Make sure everything's lined up, and it will stick to your fingers. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's even. So I'm going to kind of close this. Make sure that it's even. It wants to stick to my fingers. So I'm sorry, it's really hard to show you this because I got to make sure that those flaps are down, and you got to kind of close the card at the same time without sticking the flaps down completely. So what it does, okay, you want to have your card closed so these get into the area that they're supposed to be. So when you open and close the card, that's what pops up your vase. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So this will be the tape that is going to stick to this piece. Okay, and it's going to go like that. So you're going to have tape on here. This is the wrong side, the back side. I should probably write that down. Back side. So you get that, and then you will put your tape here, your tape there, and then shut your card so it gets on there like that. Then you'll put your other little piece here, okay, which you got tape there and there, and then close that and put your tape here and there. And so when you open and close your card, that's what pops up your vase. But that's the order that they go in, okay? All right, so what I did is I did the lemon lolly and the white and then the copper clay. And I took in, I actually doubled this one because this flower is so heavy that it was like kind of not holding very good. But what I did is I made these longer, and I'm actually going to do tear tape on them. You could use your glue, but it's just as easy to use the tear tape because this way then, when I put it on, it will stay. And I think I added this after, but I'm going to do it now. So, okay, so I'm just going to, before I even do that though, I'm going to put down these white little things back here. Okay, and you just need a little glue. You don't need a lot, and you don't want to have anything that sticks because if you do, then it won't open. And I'm just using my little mat here to kind of pick up some glue, so there's not too much, just to kind of fill in that background. You could stamp stuff on the back too if you really wanted to. Now I don't want that to go over that center, or else it will okay, it'll stick to it or bend it. So, and I also got one here, that a flower that I'm just going to glue down. I should probably go up a little bit. And then I'm going to take and start layering this. And this is probably a little bit longer than it needs to be, but I figured I can take in, so I got the double-sided tape on there, and I'm just going to put that, I might do it just a hair over, but more in the center, okay? And then I'm just going to snip this. I'd have to, okay. It was easier for me to do it that way than to glue it and try to hold it and wait for it to dry. So I'm going to do that with my other ones as well. I'm just going to put this glue, the cover on it. And let's see. Get my score tape going here. So I did cut the, I used on my I was trying to use on my first card the branch, or the stem that comes with this, but it was way too flimsy to kind of hold these flowers up for this. So that's why I just have this. And then with that score tape, you can kind of, I want that kind of on top there. So I'm just adding that even to the back of my daisy, so it kind of, holds it up. As long as you have nothing sticky sticking out to catch it. That's the main thing. All right. And then I'll add my leaves here in a second. Just kind of want it so it's balanced. I'm just kind of doing the same thing over here. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I probably shouldn't have done so much tape all the way up. I think I just did it like halfway, but that's okay. I don't know if that's going to be all right. I might have to add some more leaves, but just to give you a general idea of how to do that, I'm going to get the leaves going here. So it kind of fills it out. I feel like my daisies are too much stuck together. Oh, I probably got a little glue left here. Hang on my mat. Add some glue. So I am going to put a little glue there. I want to add some more flowers because this is kind of bare. There we go. That'll look better once you add some flowers. If it quits sticking to my fingers. Okay. So there's that. And I got these flowers. I may add them there. You just kind of want everything to look all balanced, so that's the main thing. And if you didn't want to do the big daisy, you could do some of the smaller ones, and that would probably help too. So let's see. Ugh, got my finger right in the glue. You want it to look like it's a bouquet popping up. All right, let's see how that looks. I got another flower if I need to. No, I think that actually looks pretty good. Okay, I might add just one down here. I don't really want that. I'm gonna add one right here. There. Okay. All right, so that is all there is to that, and it's really not that hard once you get the vase part. And honestly, what I would do is take some old designer paper that you don't really care about, and I would practice doing your vase on that, and then just like using, just some old paper for the base too. But that's all there is to that. And see, it closes. I kind of got this flower a little close to that, but it's okay. It still closes. And then what I did for the front is I thought I was using white, so I did the scalloped contour dies, but it'll still look nice on there. And see, I might have to trim that a little bit because you can see it, and that's fine. It's not too bad, but it's just that little stem, I think, is what I'm seeing. So stinking cute, though. All right. See how that pops up? Isn't that cute? But we'll work on the front. I got that, and then I got so much glue stuck to me I can hardly do anything. So what I'm going to do is stamp the stem and the 2 leaves, and then pop up my daisy. And I think I got a little ink right there, so I'm going to cover that with an embellishment. There. And then we will stamp You Made My Day. Add a little scrap piece here. And that is in the boho blue. Sorry, I gotta pull this down so I can see how I'm stamping. There we go. So I just stamp that on there. I think with these new ink pads, they're really juicy. So I really would not push down too hard when you're stamping this, because it seems like it makes it a little blurry. So I'd kind of be careful with that. So let's add this. Okay, and then we will pop up. I have another daisy done here. And you can kind of curl these ends a little bit too, even before you like glue them, if you want a little more, like, so they look a little more realistic, and kind of bend that center in. I'll just put 3 dimensionals here. So pretty. Such a fun card too. Okay, and then, let's see. I had my mini dimensionals here, but I'm just gonna cut some of these, pop up that. Now, because this card is thicker, it will cost probably more to mail, but I didn't want to really add any ribbon to it. So, I mean, you could probably twine, but I'd say that's probably about all. And you know what? I'm going to put that on an angle. You made my day. And let's hide that little bit of mess I made there. So we'll get a embellishment right there. That looks like it was supposed to be. There. Get that down. And then we'll add 1. These are the new in colors. Let's put it right there. Depends on how you glue everything down and how it looks is where you should kind of add your embellishments. Okay. So if you got questions about the pop-up part, let me know. And we'll go from there, okay? Hopefully it made sense, but what I wanted to show you was how pretty the inside looks, that yellow on the blue. But see how that just closes and pops right up. So this would have been nice to not maybe stick that quite so close on there, but I think it's fine. I think I actually did that with this one too, just because the flowers are so heavy with all the layers. But if you had lighter flowers, you could probably get away with, there, that looks better. You probably could get away with doing them separate. So, okay. Well, I hope you enjoy this technique. Once again, The size of this is 2 1/4 by 5. You score at 1 inch and then at 4 inches. And then you turn and you do 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 inches. So it's just basically 3/4 on each side. And you're only scoring up to these lines, okay? Then you leave 1 in the center and the 2 on the end. So this is the wrong side of your designer paper, and that's where you put the tape on this tab. If you can just remember that. And this piece is 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then you score it at 3/8. And so you want the tape would be on the top part here, and it'll bend down like that. And then your little stopper piece is 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches, okay? All right, well, good luck. I hope you make this card. It's one of my most popular videos from the Pansy Punch one when I did it the first time. So if you have to go back, I really kind of explain it, I think, even more so in that video, just because I was, you know, kind of learning it for the first time. But which one do you like better, the blue one or the white one? I think I like the blue one better. I just love that darker base, and for the inside as well, I think I like the blue one. Let me know what you think. I guess, I don't know, either one's fine though. But see you next time. Bye-bye.